Okay, so whether you play this game for fun or you want to do it to be a little tryhardy, depending on what gun you use is kind of maybe gonna affect a little bit on how much you enjoy the game. But if you're looking to pre-buy guns, I have the ultimate top 3 guns you should pre-buy with the correct setups. I will have a budget setup and an expensive setup depending on how many credits you have. Now, I'm pretty sure this was already coming. You guys, the C7 has just always been on the pre-buy list forever. One of the best guns in the entire game. Doesn't matter how much you nerf this thing, it's always going to be so good. The C7 has been running the meta for far too long, man. Doesn't matter the range, it will always hit. Like, it's known for being one of the most recoilless guns in the game. Like, this gun is uncontestedly good. Now, why is this so good and why do so many people use... I joined the server for 2 minutes, got like 5 kills, and was vote kicked within a second. See, even just using the C7 makes it seem like you're hacking for some reason. I don't know. Now, despite me being vote kicked, for the C7 has been so great for so long. Good damage range, good fire rate, practically just the all-around best assault rifle. You see everybody pre-buying this, and for very good reasons. If I could hit my shots, I would show you, but I can't. I want to do a lot of things. Some people might not consider this the best assault rifle, like, at all. And the only reason is because the meta is constantly shifting. You have different guns that you're good with. Some people may not be good with the C7A2. So I'm trying to give the most fair and least judgmental performance of guns on whether or not how usable they are to the average Phantom Forces player. In which this gun is, you know, pretty usable. So for the absolute budget setup, which this honestly doesn't take very long to get, for the sight, I would go Delta Sight or Reflex, depending on how many kills. The Reflex is 285 kills, which is quite a lot if you're just pre-buying the gun. So if you want, run the Reflex, run any sight that you honestly prefer, as sight is completely preference-based. For the barrel, I recommend running Muzzle Brake or ARS Suppressor. Both work. I do think that Muzzle Brake is a tad bit better right now as it is in the meta. Underbarrel, Angled Grip. I don't know why people aren't using this thing more. The Angle Grip is the #1 grip out right now. People are still stuck in stubby and sideways grip. Angled is the #1 grip right now, uncontested. Laser, use whatever laser you have the highest level. If all you have is red laser, go for it. Green laser, even better. And then ammo, you don't need ammo. Low budget setup, rock whatever you want. Honestly, if you're running a high budget setup, run the Reflex sight. It's going to give you the most accuracy. It's just a tiny little dot. You're going to be able to hit your shots a lot more. You can either run Reflex or Coyote. Coyote both also works very well. Absolutely, you need to run the Tri-Laser. Probably the best lasers, always has been. And then ammo, you can either run Armor Piercing, 7.62, or 20 Tact. Whatever you feel comfortable with. 20 Tact and 7.62, both limited down to 20 rounds, but the 7.62 gives you that little bit of a damage buff. Now, I know sniping is very big in Phantom Forces, because the snipers keep getting nerfed. They're still somewhat fun to use, but the Dragunov SVDS is probably the best sniper in the entire game. Now, the only reason I say the Dragunov is because it has consistently been probably the most consistent gun in the entire game. It's gone through very little changes with very little consequences to those changes. The absolute CQC-ness of this sniper is completely uncontested, but a lot of the snipers have been nerfed to either reduce their one-tap torso kill or just completely remove their muzzle velocity. Dragunov SVDS has not really been affected by this. I'm just one-tapping people out here, in which you can't do a whole lot of that with snipers anymore. Like, look at that. I get a quad effortlessly. And so it's probably, I'm just gonna say it is the best sniper in the game right now. Depending on, you know, what you want to use, it's just gonna be here forever. I feel I mailed him, man. I'm so sorry. And if you're worried about the long range capability too, this thing's got range for days. No way! No way he loses that. Dude. Whoa, he faced into the ground. Like, look at this. What do you expect for them to do? Now, for the cheap build, honestly, all you need is Skeleton Grip. It's because there's not a whole lot of things that will increase your ADS speed unless you get a whole lot of kills on them. If you have a lot of credits, use the default optic or whatever optic you choose. It doesn't really matter, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Muzzle Booster, as it is an automatic weapon, so the Muzzle Booster does actually help. Skeleton Grip and Remove Stock for that extra speed, extra ADS. And if you want the sniper build of this, the rather long range, oh, get out of here, Christmas. If you want the long range side of this, throw on whatever your scope you choose. The one it default comes with is the PSO 1M2 scope. It's not a bad scope. It's just interesting. Still run the muzzle booster, run angled grip and full stock. For that extra breath holding, you will be sniping kids in no time. Still does 70 to 60 damage. And for the final pre-buy gun, you guys should have seen this coming. It's the Honey Badger. I feel like this gun still doesn't get enough love for how broken it is. So the Honey Badger has been kind of dominant for quite some time now. It has gone through a nerf, so keep that in mind. It is still one of the best guns in the entire game, and it's a rather high up gun, so not a whole lot of people have it, but it's very pre-viable. But the Honey Badger has one of the most penetration depth on an AR, or rather a carbine, because this is technically a carbine. I just think of it as an AR because, like, this gun is insane on Metro and Warehouse, which are two of the biggest maps ever. But I think the C7A2 would be better on Desert. But yeah, just like look at me go. Like I'm on the multi. Not like I'm talking, a lot of these guns aren't insanely skill induced. Like snipers, those are going to be skill induced. The SVDS, yes. But guns like the C7 and Honey Badger, you just shoot and they die. Someone spotted through the wall. Look at this. Oh, wow. Like the penetration on this gun is insane. Now it used to sound better. It sounds a little wonky right now, but I think the guns that I've stated so far have just been the guns that you can have the most fun with. Because I mean, sure, there are more fun guns. You know, I'm not saying you have to pre-buy these. Pre-buy whatever guns you want. Whatever you think you're gonna have the whatever you're gonna have the most fun with, because that's all this game is about. As soon as you start caring about this game and wanting to do good and getting mad at yourself for not doing good, it's gonna ruin the game for you. Now that could just be my experience with the game. As soon as I started trying, I started having less fun. But these guns will just allow you to free roam. I do have to give a little bit of a special shout out to a gun. The P90 is like, it's super good. It didn't get to be on this list, unfortunately, but it's such a fun gun. It is ranked 24, so you can honestly just grind it and unlock it. But if you are very new to the game, you just want to get it out of the way, go ahead and pre-buy this thing. But anyways, I hope you guys do take my... This is all completely my opinion, by the way. You don't have to agree with me. This is me simply just stating what I believe. And if it ends up working out for you guys, awesome, amazing. I'm glad I could influence you. If not, oh well. You can always, there's always more guns out there. There are hundreds of guns in this game. Feel free to try out, test out whatever you may like. These are just my personal 3 favorite that I think you guys will have fun with too. Drop down in the comments what you think are the best 3 guns to pre-buy in the entire game, whether for skill, fun, whatever it may be. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm glad you clicked on it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.